Gay bar shooting suspect facing murder, hate crime charges. 22 years old and having so miserable and worthless of an existence that you'd readily throw it away just to hurt people who are doing nothing more than simply trying to live their own lives. His grandfather is apparently my state assemblyman, who is a giant piece of shit. I'm so tired of this hateful shit. The New York Times is reporting that Richard Fero, an Army vet, is the man who subdued the shooter. He was at the club with his wife and daughter and friends when the shooting started. He charged the guy, disarmed him of his long gun, and then took the shooter's pistol and beat the hell out of the guy. He got an assist from a drag dancer who stomped the guy with her high heels. Fero said that he was afraid he killed him. All parties who didn't move forward with his bomb threats and other criminal history should be fired and sentenced as accessories to this crime. He should have never been able to legally obtain a firearm. Last year he was charged with felony menacing and 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping after calling in a bomb threat to a local neighborhood. But his MAGA grandfather, who is a rep in San Diego, helped get the charges sealed, allowing him to obtain the murder weapon. His grandfather's name is Randy Voepel. You know. That's actually a good point, dog. Why do we not treat local stuff like school shootings as terrorism? The YouTube news video when this was breaking had so many sickening comments. People were saying things like wish the body count was higher, God's not satisfied and committing a sin to stop the sinners, thank you God and shooter doing the Lord's work and many, many more like that. The US has serious problem with dangerous brainwashed religious idiots. Edit the fact that I'm getting messages from angry Christians is kinda proving my point. You're more upset that I'm pointing out hateful religious folks than you are about this mass shooting that just happened. The attack was halted when a patron grabbed a handgun from Aldrich, hit him with it and pinned him down until police arrived minutes later. I know this is a dark and horrible story. I just want to commend whoever stopped the coward murderer. Whoever put him down is an absolute badass and a hero. I doubt they want praise. I'm sure they're emotionally scarred for life. But they deserve to be acknowledged as a legitimate hero. They risked their own life to almost definitely save others. They're a selfless hero. The media loves using the word terrorism when it's a brown person from the Middle East, but dude's just as much a terrorist as they are. I hope there's footage of the patron grabbing the gun from the shooter and hitting him with it. That is badass and that action undoubtedly saved a lot of lives. He was the grandson of Randy Voepel, a chairman of the Republican Party in California. The grandson also threatened to bomb someplace a year ago and they got his records sealed from the public, probably due to his grandfather's connections. His grandfather is known for supporting the Jan 6 insurrection. This was an act of terrorism against the LGBTQ community, and directly shows the influence the Republican Party's hatred for LGBTQ causes. His grandfather has been identified as outgoing California Republican State Assembly member Randy Voepel, the former mayor of Santee, California. No surprises that he's MAGA, and compared the January 6 insurrection to the Revolutionary War. Focus on the Family, a prominent evangelical Christian ministry that lobbies against LGBTQ rights. The group condemned the shooting and said it exposes the evil and wickedness inside the human heart. Yes, it does indeed show that. And it's coming from you. Just a reminder, 1 or 2 patrons of a gay club were more effective against an active shooter than literally hundreds of law enforcement personnel in Uvalde. Prosecutor: Hey, I remember you. How's your grandfather? We will try to get you out of here early. Just like last time. So how long until these charges get sealed? I'm sure he's got his grandpa already making moves. Fucking sickening. Throw him in a volcano. Good God, I knew one of the victims. He was the co-owner bartender. He made the greatest drinks and always dressed on point. This is so crazy. Damn, is this in Qatar or something? Story nowhere to be seen on Fox News. Shocking. I live in the Springs and have frequented Club Q. I had to go on break at work when I heard about this to check up on all of my LGBTQ friends. I hope this fucker burns. Should be facing terrorist charges. Put this domestic terrorist away for life. But LibSofTikTok still getting amplified by Musk despite the account only existing to promote targeting LGBT people for harassment? Was the Orlando shooting a while back also a gay bar? Or just a nightclub? It feels similar for some reason. Like these dudes that shoot are so messed up. The title calls the shooter a suspect, but I think terrorist is more proper term. And 100 of right-leaning folks are still going to be completely oblivious to the connection between their rhetoric, laws and shit happening every other week. An angry white dude with chubby cheeks conducting a mass shooting is almost a regular occurrence in the US. Good. I hope he rots in prison for the rest of his miserable life, reflecting on the lives he took that we will never get back. All mass shooters should be identified as domestic terrorists. I'm really starting to hate conservatives. They keep cranking out all this anti-trans agitprop to the masses and then act surprised when horrible stuff like this happens. A grandfather's love will see him through. The only thing I feel I can do is be even more gay. Anyone found his Reddit account yet? Tip: don't read the comments on any YouTube video covering this. This is what happens when your cult leader tells you to defend traditional marriage with musket fire. I'm so fucking sick of the Mormon Church pretending like they are a religion and not a hate group. When are we going to get to the point where we say the right in this country has gone too far? You have armed extremist nutjobs literally murdering people because of all the hatred spewed by their dirty-ass politicians and their stupid talking heads in their racist news networks. When do we as a society loudly reject these monsters and their enablers and start treating them like terrorists? The dude got his mugshot scrubbed and removed from public record because his granddaddy is a Republican. And people are okay with these shit stains having power over minorities. I'm just geared to see if people make excuses for this mofo. Reading the article, I can't help but play out a stupid vision of this post being like, I'm going to Club Q, where all my Q homies go to learn about QAnon. What's this? A gay nightclub? Fuck this guy, and everyone who let him keep his guns after that bomb threat incident. What a garbage family. The faster we remove these genes from the pool, the better we are as a species. No shit, I'd expect nothing less. Don't worry folks, his grandpa will get him out of it. His father should probably be brought up on charges too. Cis and straight people continue to see this and chant about how wrong it is, but will still allow polite discussion to be had over the idea of LGBT people's humanity. As if they're not starting to normalize killing us. Can we tie this to his scumbag MAGA grandfather somehow? Hate crime? More like terrorism. His grandfather is a January 6th supporter and was the former mayor of Santee, California, which has rightfully earned its nickname of Clonty. Also facing lucrative career in right-wing punditry. But if he's acquitted, he has a job waiting for him at DeSantis' presidential campaign headquarters. Conservative terrorists that attacked a gay bar to face hate crime charges. There, I fixed the headline. Grandfather is a MAGA nut. When are we going to take the threat of right-wing extremism seriously? Bury him under the jail. There was a call from one of his church's prophets to bring more musket fire to the LGBTQ arguments. Did he mean that metaphorical? Probably. But, words have meaning and different people often take that meaning literally. Especially, in this case, religious folk. When are Republican politicians going to be charged with hate crimes? The right has an opportunity now to demonstrate they're not hateful by actively demonstrating they are wanting to prosecute this scum. His grandfather could lead the charge in putting away this trash. But we all know they protect their own, and the last thing they will do is let him be put away. Wow, seems like PPL really want this piece of trash protected. Par the course for the right. Murder homophobe faces charges for murder and hate crimes is a better title, isn't it? I read that this shooter is the grandson of a California GOP assemblyman, so I suspect that this will just go away. Even though it's different states. I wonder if Granddaddy will get him off again with nothing but a slap on the wrist, so he can go on to be a Fox regular. Okay, so now can we start talking about banning guns, or is this where Republicans are like G. Unstiant KLP? AO. Like when Texas Governor Gregory Abbott said Uvalde could have been worse. It's not a hate crime, it's an act of terrorism. GOP terrorist. Get it right. Another right-wing violent extremist. And if he beats the charges, he will have a bright future at Fox News. Wonder what his mom has to say now. She provided cover for him. Made excuses for him. Enabled him to commit murder. Cunt. I hope the victims' families sue her to oblivion. Murder charge is a given. Yeah, isn't that what's due? Good. Rot. The killer, not victims. Yeah, no fucking shit. Dude better get life in prison, no parole. He doesn't deserve death. How about domestic terrorism? When will these GOP terrorists get charged with terrorism? Or is that charge only reserved for brown people? People who are offended by LGBTQ are fucking pussies. Grow up. I heard him and his family are Mormon? Can anyone confirm? Looking online draws up nothing. There is nothing I could possibly say about this man that wouldn't be a violation of community guidelines. Absolutely abhorrent.